If you want to buy a pair of open-ear earbuds, but you're not too sure which one to buy, well, I'm going to be looking at all of the open-ear earbuds that I reviewed this year, plus some earbuds that I haven't even reviewed yet. I'm going to be comparing them against each other, rating them against each other, looking at their pros and cons, telling you what the cheapest prices are that I've found for them as well, so that by the end of this video, you'll know if any of them are right for you. So let's check them out. Before we go any further, I should mention that most of the earbuds in this review have been sent to me by the manufacturers for review, but none of them are sponsoring this video or paying for it or have any influence in what I say, so you will, as always, get my honest opinion. First up, looking at the Tozo Open Rings. Now, I reviewed these a while ago and I was really impressed with the sound quality considering what you're paying for them. There's a 10-band custom EQ in their mobile app, and there's a whole bunch of presets that you can use to tweak these to sound exactly how you want them to sound. So the sound of these, once you EQ them to your preference, I thought sounded good. There's nothing overly harsh about the sound. It's a fairly unoffensive sound, which is a good thing. So there's no harsh trebles, there's no woolly bass. It's just pleasant to listen to for hours at a time. They're also really comfortable to wear as well. The only downside that some people might find annoying is the touch controls. So you do have to touch the back of the earbuds in order to trigger like play, pause, start and stop, which can get a little bit annoying if you're trying to touch it behind your ear. Or if you turn your head, you can find your neck accidentally touching the back of the earbuds. I do really like the case. So the case itself has a LED on the front that tells you how charged the case is and how charged each earbud is as well. So that's really good. And they're IPX5 waterproof rated as well. And you'll get 10 hours of battery life, or 40 hours if you include the case on a single full charge. So lots of battery life, good sound, comfortable to wear. Definitely worth having a look at. These cost $60 retail, but you can get them for around $27 at the moment. So considering how much these cost, these are an A tier for me. Moving on to the Earfun Clips. Now, I haven't reviewed these on the channel before, and Earfun are generally known for giving you quite good quality earbuds and headphones for the price that you pay. The build quality is good, it's a comfortable fit on my ears. These have physical buttons on the back rather than touch controls, so some people are going to prefer that. There's a 10-band custom EQ in the mobile app and a whole bunch of presets if you want to tweak the sound of these, and so when you tailor it to your sound, it's clear sound, pleasant to listen to, nothing harsh about the sound. It's good. Battery life is also good. You'll get 10 hours of playback, or 40 hours if you include the case. And it's IP55 rated, so it's great if you happen to wear them down the gym or you get caught out in the rain. So retail for these are $70. You can get them for about $55, $56 at the moment. So I'm gonna rate these a B. So moving on to soundpeats, and I've got two here from them. The first up is the PearlClip Pros. They have a dual magnetic driver in them, which helps to give good sound to these. Inside their mobile app, there is a dynamic EQ setting, which, to be honest, you have to keep that on. As soon as you turn that dynamic EQ off, the sound quality for these rapidly goes downhill. The bass completely tails off. Everything sounds quite hollow. There is a custom EQ that you can use and a whole bunch of presets, but no matter what I tried with those presets, I could never get it to sound as full as using a dynamic EQ. And if you use a custom EQ, then it turns off dynamic EQ. And if you use a dynamic EQ, then you can't use the custom EQ. So you're kind of stuck a little bit between a rock and a hard place. So I would just leave it in the dynamic EQ setting. It's a little bit over bassy, but it's better than using the EQ yourself. Plus the Soundpeats mobile app is pretty buggy. Like, it's really slow to load. It needs an internet connection in order for it to load and work. Sometimes the EQs don't apply to the earbuds. Sometimes they do. When you close the app and you restart it again, it's a little bit buggy. These don't actually sound too bad. The mobile app really lets it down though. And the battery life isn't great. So you'll get 6 hours of battery life on a single charge, 24 hours if you include the case. It is the lowest battery life out of anything in this list. The Soundpeats PearlClip Pros retail for $60. You can get them for $50. Combine that with a okay sound and a fairly buggy app as well, and it's a C rating for the PearlClip Pro. Moving on to another pair of Soundpeats ones, because these are the newer pair that they've released, and this is the Soundpeats Clip 1. Now, I haven't reviewed these on the channel yet. These are another pair of new ones that I haven't had a look at yet, and fit-wise, they're good. They nice and comfortably sit on your ears. To be fair, there aren't really any here that I didn't find comfortable, not really, for hours at a time, and this just comfortably sits on my ear. The controls are touch controls, so you can touch pretty much anywhere on the arm or the little loop over here for doing play, pause, stop, and all that kind of thing. Now, unlike the PearlClip Pros before it, this also has high-res audio support as well. So if you want that in a pair of earbuds, you've got it here. This is waterproof rated. This is IPX5 waterproof rated. So again, it's fine if you get caught out in the rain or if you're using them going down the gym and you get a bit sweaty. Battery life is better. You will get 8 hours of battery from a full charge and 40 hours if you include the case. Plus there is fast charging here, so a 10-minute charge is going to give you 2 hours of playback. So it's a better sound than the PearlClip Pros, but it suffers from the same problem that it uses the same mobile app. So if you can persevere with the mobile app, then I would say these are definitely worth having a look at because they do sound okay. But yeah, so I'm going to give it a C. However, they are slightly better than the PearlClip Pros. So maybe I give the PearlClip Pros a C- and the Clip ones a C+. Next up are the Truefree C10s. Now these are one of the cheapest, or they are the cheapest pair of clip-on style earbuds out of everything that I'm reviewing in this video, but it also shows. So the case just feels a little bit cheap and plasticky. The back of the earbud is super massively wide. They're not the comfiest. They don't sound particularly great. They actually use the same base mobile app as soundpeats do. So they have the same problems in that the EQs don't always work and the app's super buggy. But even when you do get the EQs to work, it's not great. It's just tinny. I just don't think this is a good buy. It's going to be an F rating for the Truefree Clip C10s. Now we've got the Edifier R1s, also known as the Comfo Cs. Now these are a really good fit. I do like the touch controls on the loop as opposed to being at the back, so you don't tend to accidentally touch them as much. Battery life wise, you'll get 7 hours of playback on a single charge, 29 hours if you include the case. Plus there's fast charging where a 15-minute charge will give you 3 hours of playback. Plus these are IP56 rated, so these are one of the best dustproof and waterproof earbuds that we're looking at in this video. The slightly annoying thing with this is that in their mobile app, whilst there are 4 different presets that you can choose from an EQ perspective, there's no custom EQ. So these do sound good, you're just limited with either you're gonna like the default sound pretty much, or you're not. There are ways around that. You could, if you're using Spotify for instance, you can jump into the EQ in the Spotify app and you can use the EQ in that rather than one in the Edifier app. So this works around for that. Sound-wise, I didn't think there was enough bass in these out of the box, so I just went and used one of those preset EQs, used the bass boost to help boost that up a little bit. That definitely had a more even sound once I did that. Retail price for the Edifier R1s are $60, but you can get them for $48 at the moment. So good sound, good price, not as customizable as some of the others in this list. So I'm going to give it a B-. Moving on to the Edifier Lolliclips. Now these are the only earbuds, or the clip-on style earbuds, that have ANC built into them. So you have active noise cancellation built into open style earbuds, which you really don't see many people doing. Kind of a little bit like the Apple AirPods with that sort of semi-in-your-ear design. Now the ANC itself isn't going to work as well as some true ANC in-ear earbuds or over-ear headphones, but it's certainly better using it than not. So that does make it pretty unique. The battery life on here is pretty good. You'll get 9 hours of battery life on a single charge, 39 hours if you include the case, and they come with fast charging, 50-minute charge, 3 hours playback. And these are also IP56 rated as well. Same limitation as the R1s with the Edifier app is that you only have 4 presets, you don't have a custom EQ for changing this. Same workaround applies, use the EQ in your streaming app to get around that. And I found this had the opposite problem to the R1s, where I thought that this didn't have enough treble. So I found myself boosting the treble on this one rather than boosting the bass on the R1s. So it's a fairly unique design. It's the only clip-on style earbuds I've tested that have active noise cancellation built into it. They're comfortable to wear. So I'm gonna rate these a B. These retail for $130. And at other times they'll have it operating around that sort of $70, $80 mark. So just choose when you shop for these. Now, as far as clip-on style earbuds go, there is one pair that I always go back to and I always use most of the time, and that's these. These are the soundcore AeroClips. They are really comfortable to wear. They just really nicely sit on my ears like that. They support all your standard codecs, they support high-res audio if you want to, there's a 12mm driver in it, it's IP55 rated, you'll get 8 hours of battery life from a single charge, 32 hours if you include the case, and you get 3 hours of playback from a 10-minute charge. And this sounds good. You can jump into the Soundcore mobile app, you can choose from a bunch of custom EQs, you can go and jump into your own EQ and build it yourself. Now, the retail price of these is $170, but you can often get them on sale for around $100. I think these are a really good buy. So for that reason, these are a S rating. Moving on to the hook style earbuds, we've got the Acefast Acefit Airs and the Acefast Acefit Pros. They are fundamentally exactly the same hook over style earbuds. The only difference is that the Pros have this LED on the front that tells you how charged the case is, and they also have LEDs on the earbuds themselves. So really it's a pretty cosmetic change, because other than that, they're the same. You will get 6 hours of battery life on a single charge, 25 hours if you include the case. They both have fast charging, where a 10-minute charge is going to take you 2 hours of playback. Both the Acefast Acefit Airs and Acefit Pros are IP54 waterproof rated. You've got an 8-band EQ inside the accompanying mobile app, so you can tweak the sound of how these sound like. These sound great, especially for the price, because the Acefast Acefit Airs, you can get them on Amazon for $40, which is half price. So $40 for these is a crazy price, so it's definitely worth checking out those. So for that reason, I'm going to give a B rating to the Acefast Acefit Airs. Meanwhile, the Pro side, now these are more expensive, so these retailed for $126, but you can get them now for $70. So whether the extra $30 is worth it to get the LED lights on this is kind of really up for you to decide. Other than that, they do sound the same, they've got the same battery life and everything else, so I'm going to give this a B rating as well. Now we've got the One More S70s. These are probably one of the bigger looking ones of clip over style earbuds compared to some of the others, but they also have some of the best battery life as well. You will get 12 hours of battery life on a single charge, 40 hours if you include the case, and they're IPX5 waterproof rated. The One More S70s, you do get 6 presets inside the mobile app. There's no custom EQ, so you are stuck to those presets if you want to tweak the sound. And overall, it's good sound. It's just not overly customizable because you're just stuck with those presets. So the One More S70s retail for $120. You can get them for around $96 at the moment. And so these have some of the best battery life out of all the earbuds in this video. So overall, I'm going to give a B rating to the One More S70s. Now the Earfun Openjump, when you put these on, these are a little bit chunkier when you actually wear these compared to some of the other ones. They still fit my ears okay. Design will be a personal thing. Touch controls on these are just on the earbuds themselves. There's a 9-band EQ inside the mobile app. There's a whole bunch of presets, so you can tweak these to sound exactly how you want them to. It's a good balanced sound that these have as well. There's a 14mm driver in these, which is a bigger driver than you'll find in the clip-on style earbuds, which are typically all 12mm drivers. Good balanced sound. It's not an overbearing, weighty, muffled bass. There's no harshness in the treble. It's just nice to listen to. Battery life is good, 11 hours on a single charge, 42 hours if you include the case. Waterproof wise, these are IPX7 waterproof rated, so these are the most waterproof pair of earbuds out of all of the ones in this list. The price is actually pretty good as well. So they retail for $80, but are available for $64. So I'm going to give these an A rating. The Soundcore Aerofit 2s are another pair of hook over style earbuds. The unique difference with these is that these have adjustable hinges, which allows you to set the position of where you want the earpiece to sit. Like, do you want it to sit all the way up the top of your ear, or you can move it all the way down to the bottom and in between. This is one of the most adaptable earbuds or hook over style earbuds out of all the ones here. Battery life is pretty good. You will get 10 hours of battery life on a single charge, 42 hours on a full charge. Plus they come with super fast charging, where a 10-minute charge will give you 4 hours of playback. Add to that IP55 waterproof and dustproof rating, and an 8-band EQ in the mobile app for tweaking these to sound exactly how you want them to. And well, these are a pretty rock solid pair of hook over style earbuds. So they retail for $130. On sale, you can typically get them for around $99. So given how good these sound and the price, it's an A rating for the Soundcore Aerofit 2s. Finally, we have the Shokz Openfit 2s. Now, Shokz have 2 versions of these earbuds. There's the Openfit 2s and the Openfit 2 Plus. The only difference between them is that the 2 Plus supports Dolby Audio and it has wireless charging for the case. That's it. Other than that, both models are exactly the same. Oh, and there's a $20 price difference between them. So if you want Dolby Audio and a wireless charging case, pay the $20. If you don't, save yourself $20. And you might want to when you find out how much these cost. So the battery life on these is really good. You get 11 hours of battery on a single charge, 48 hours if you include the case. Plus a 10-minute charge will give you 2 hours of playback, and they're IP55 dustproof and waterproof rated. Now the custom EQ is only 5 bands, so you don't have as much control as some of the other like 10-band EQ options you had with some of the others. However, Shokz do tend to tune their earbuds really well, so most people will find that they probably don't need to use it. Now sound-wise, the Shokz Openfit 2s are the bassiest out of all of these in the list. They really have a well-thumping good bass for open style earbuds. And that's because they're dual drivers. So they've got a single driver dedicated to the lower frequencies and another driver dedicated to the higher frequencies. So you can definitely hear that in these. They are the best sounding out of all of the earbuds in this video, but they are also the most expensive. So these retail for $180 for the Openfit 2s, $200 for the Openfit 2 Pluses. I would say these were S tier if they weren't so expensive, so I'm going to put them in A tier. So out of all of those, let me know in the comments down below if you agree with the ratings. Is any that you think that I've overrated, underrated? Is there a pair that I haven't included in this list that you think should have been in it? Let me know in the comments down below. I do hope this video has helped you decide if any of these are right for you to buy. I will put purchase links to all of them in the description down below so that you can go and check them all out for yourself. If you want to check out even more gear, then don't forget to check out the link up here. Thanks for watching. If you have enjoyed the video, please don't forget to like and share it. Consider subscribing if you're not. And as always, I'll see you in the next one.